Hey there everyone, I'm your host Rahim and you are watching the Everyday Talk on YouTube. And today we are going to be talking about a secretly released iPad, the M5 iPad Pro, which have just been around the corner, placed on in a or just released in a press release and now is available to be sold on Apple's website. Now this is a huge leap in the, you can say, term of chipset or the hardware terminology. But once again, I think so it is something overkill. Let me explain that in the video. Stay tuned, and I would be telling you that should you buy that iPad or should you skip and go with the older models and save some money. So before wasting any time, let me refer to my screen right in front of me, bother me with that, and let me start explaining some facts and what I think about the M5 iPad Pro. First of all, the design is going to be same, so not a lot of talks about that. The camera is same, the camera's placement is going to be same, and even the thinness is going to be the 5.1 millimeters, same as ultra thin as the iPad Pro could get it is. So talking about the M5, actually this chipset is way ahead of its time, a laptop grade chip. Some say that it is underpowered, obviously, as Apple do with some of the devices, but once again, even being underpowered, it is overpowered than a lot of PC laptops. A 30 to 45% amazingly fast CPU performance, and even a bigger jump in the GPU performance could be seen than the previous chipset. Now it is even performing or giving you better thermal, you can say, efficiency, which means a better battery life, as the battery would be heating less. And then Apple is saying that it is ideal for multitasking with the new iPad OS 26, which we are going to be talking about in the video later. And it is providing a very, you can say, effective and efficient performance this time compared to the M4. M5 is a true performance jump. But once again, I would like to mention here that do you guys think that the software right now, even with the iPad OS 26 multitasking capabilities, is it enough to just power or help such a wonderful or powerful chip to gain or achieve maximum of its performance for even the professional users? Just tell me that in the comments below, and I would also be sharing my thoughts at the end. Now coming towards the battery life and the charging. Actually, the battery life is still same, but it is going to be more efficient, I think so, than the previous version, as the thermal efficiency is called to be improved in some of the Apple's, you can say, press release and even on their website. So it is going to improve that. Fast charging is already there. There was rumors about the 45-watt fast charging, but I'm not sure about that. Once we get our hands on the device, we would be explaining that to you too. There is obviously a very fast Thunderbolt port in the unit. It is already very fast, blazing fast speeds, transfer speeds are being offered currently, and it is going to be the same. Now, one other big jump is in the display compartment. This time we are seeing OLED, or just skip the OLED and say it, Ultra Retina XDR display, which Apple is saying is providing you 1000 nits of brightness on, you can say, the regular performance time, and even 1600 nits of peak brightness. There is going to be richer contrasts, there is going to be deeper blacks, and even 120 Hz ProMotion display is being retained. Peak brightness, as I've already told, is being also improved. And now, who is going to be benefiting from that? Obviously, the people who are looking for color grading, designers, photographers, even editors, and you can say some of the graphic designers and artists could also benefit from that. But a casual user, you would just rarely see any of the difference. Believe me on that. It is going to be an impressive display, but if it is compared side by side, in case of casual users, but for the pros, it is a game changer. Now, AI and software features. Actually, AI is totally missing from Apple's intelligence from very start, I think so. It is as intelligent as my little brother, I would say. But once again, there are a lot of high hopes in the future. Obviously, fingers are crossed. But for the time being, the iPad OS 26 could be said that it is something to rely on, and Apple is just starting to you can say, build a better base for a better OS for the iPad. There is a lot of features which are being taken from the MacBook, like a preview application, like the pop to see things, and there is a better future to be seen with the OS. But for the time being, it is not that much powerful to be justifying that it could use all the power of M5 chipset in an iPad. So unfortunately, that is the case. Also, the professional apps are not available in the App Store for the pro users. So you have to see that your app is going to be something present on the iPad's app library before buying the device, or who else should buy that. It is going to be explained at the end of the video. Talking about accessories, the Apple Pencil Pro 2 is there. Pressure, squeeze gestures and haptics are already there in the Apple Pencil Pro 2. I have explained that in the previous video, but once again, that accessory is amazing for the artist, and I think so for anyone. The Magic Keyboard makes your iPad just like a MacBook. With the iPad OS 26 multitasking features, it is going to be more like a MacBook replacement than an iPad standalone. And then there is backward compatibility thing. I think so, I'm not sure about that right now. For that, stay tuned, I would be explaining that in the next video. Now talking about the pricing options, actually the 11-inch and 13-inch models, the 11-inch is starting with the 1099 price tag and 1399 for the 13 inches model, and it is going to increase with the storage options starting from 265 GB all the way to 2 terabytes or 2000 GB. And there are also options for the cellular models. Now finally talking about who should buy the iPad. I think so that for any kind of student it is just an overkill, but if you are having the budget to buy a newer iPad, you should go with that. It is going to future proof you for a long time, and I think so if you have a budget, go with it. For creators, it is a massive upgrade. It is best for video editing, for digital art, and anyone involved in that kind of work or color grading should just go and pick up that iPad. Once again, obviously based on your budget. For developers and pros, it is great as a secondary device, but I would never suggest any professional worker to rely totally on an iPad, as it is not something to that level yet in the terms of software. Obviously the hardware is getting better, but Apple needs to work on the software and AI features very instantly. And finally, talking about the casual users, actually even the M1 iPad Pro is good for you guys. You should not spend a lot of money on just all these little hustle and bustles, a better display which you are not even going to notice in day-to-day life. So my early impressions and the verdict is that M5 iPad Pro is the biggest jump since M1. Perfect blend of power, portability and design, and Apple is blurring the gap between the MacBook and iPad with the introduction of the newer, you can say, iPad OS 26 and even iOS 26, as iPhone is also getting a lot of those features except the multitasking ones. So once again, this is my verdict. I would just like to once again request you guys to subscribe to the channel, and there is another note that before buying iPad, just see that your specific applications work on the device or not. With that, I would like you guys to ask any questions in the comments, like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, stay curious, keep exploring. We will be meeting in the next one. Peace out.